Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for subscribing. And in case you are visiting for the very first time, do subscribe and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Okay, so continuing with the series I had started about preparing for the audition interview now. So you have submitted your pictures, you have submitted your videos, your form, and depending on that, you may get a letter or you may get a call with a certain time and a day that you will be interviewed, maybe by just a person or a panel of judges. Now you have already prepared your virtual stage to the best of your ability. The lighting is correct, the camera is correct, the placement is correct, the place is correct, your net is working fine, so everything is in place. So now comes the second step, your presentation, and that matters a lot because the moment you come on the camera, that will be the first impression of you on the judges. And how you present yourself matters a lot. If you are not presenting well, the first impression itself will go down and you will not score good marks. So here I am with this second part where I'll tell you how to present your best. When you are on the camera, for that matter, now they cannot see you face to face, they can only see you on camera and maybe half the body, or maybe they might want to see full body as you are sitting. But there would be three things very important. Your face will speak, your hands will speak, and your eyes will speak. And of course, your dress will speak along with you. Then it becomes a complete package of your personality. So to start with, first thing I will be covering is the dress. What would you wear when you sit for an interview? First and foremost, most of the time, Miss India has their own specific dress code. For example, if you have ever been for an audition for the first round, it's the ganji and the shorts. For the second, it's the black cocktail dress. Maybe they stick to the same rule and they might send you a mail saying, this is what we want to see you in, maybe a black cocktail dress, or they may give you a free hand. Pick up whatever best you think suits you. Now maybe they were wanting to see your style, or maybe they're wanting to check the kind of personality you carry, because our clothes, our accessories, everything is an extension of our personality. So if they give you a specific dress code, follow that to the T, and that shows how disciplined you are, how much you obey the rules, how much congenial you are with the organization. So if they tell you that we want you to dress up in certain color, in certain dress, in certain style, follow that 100%. Don't move away from that. And in case they give you a free hand, then what should you wear? First and foremost, important thing for you to remember, nobody walks on the stage. If you are told to go on your school stage or a college stage, you're not going to walk on your stage in your flip-flops and in your night dress or something crumpled and dirty when you know there are hundreds of people who will be seeing you from that stage, right? So mentally treat this as your virtual stage. This stage is a very formal place, so you have to dress formal. But important thing is, a lot of girls have this myth that to be a beauty queen, you have to wear a very flashy dress, a very blingy dress, a very revealing dress. No, who said that? I think it's a big myth. You don't have to wear sequins and bling and mirror and stuff. No, nothing like that. Just pick up a dress which is decent, which is not very revealing, which is complimenting you as a person. So certain things you have to keep in mind is that don't go overboard with too much of glitter, don't go too casual as if you're going to a market, use your common sense. Use your common sense that this is a formal place and I need to dress up formally, because they are going to look at you as a potential Miss India and then Miss World. But if you don't give that image, that picture to them, you've not made it. So it's very, very important that you dress right. So pick up color that stands out from the background. So if your background is white, you're not going to wear white. If your blackboard is blue, you're not going to wear blue. So pop yourself out from the background so that you are in focus rather than the background. It's very important that when you are on camera, certain things to remember. Don't wear too many patterns. Don't wear vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines, big designs, because they tend to move on the camera. You know, if you just wear and see a striped dress and see yourself on the camera, the stripes will move like that. It's called a psychedelic effect, and it's very, very distracting. So if you want to wear print, keep it very, very small and not too multicolored. And I prefer that you must go solid color, and solid colors, the most friendliest camera colors are actually blue and red and black. White makes you look little fat, so go in for darker shade if you have to go. But how to pick up your shade? How do you know which color suits you best? A lot of people get confused and they land up wearing a wrong color, and because when they wear a wrong color, they look absolutely sick. So how do you know? A very simple test, and a very, very, very simple test. Just look at your wrist. So if you now, don't look at it like a doctor, whether it's an artery, whether it's a vein, because we know as medical people that arteries of a different color, veins of a different color. But no, look at it like a common man. Just keep your medical thing out. So look at your wrist and see it in bright daytime, and when you look at the wrist, you will see certain, these nerves and all running, whether it's arteries, veins, we are not arguing on that, but you will see certain veins or arteries, whatever, running on your wrist. So look at them carefully in the light. For few people, it will appear to be green in color, and for some people, it will appear to be blue in color, and for some people, it will appear to be almost violet in color. So in case they are appearing to be green in color, that means your skin tone is a warm skin tone. And if you have a warm skin tone, warm colors will look nice on you, like reds and yellows and oranges. So if you just go to the internet and look for a color wheel, you will see warm colors on one side and cool colors on one side. So look at the warm colors. Those are the colors which are complementing you. That is if it is green. And if it is blue, that means you have a cold skin tone. So look at the color wheel, the ones given on the colder side, like blue, green. These are the colors which are the cool colors, and they will look nice on you. And in case this is looking violet, then you are one of those lucky ones. Any color will look down on you. Very, very nice on you. So it's up to you, and it's up to Almighty what color you are. But once you know what is your color tone, it's easy to pick up your dress. And I'll also give you a tip that the warm colored people, the warm toned people, base black looks beautiful on them, and the cold toned people, white looks very good on them. So keep that thing in mind. So go and pick up that color which complements you, and when you wear it and it reflects from your face, you look happy, bubbly, enthusiastic, and you look very beautiful because that's your color, right? So pick up your color, and as I said, avoid big dreads. Also avoid very frilly dresses, because that will hide your body. So look for a silhouette, or look for a design which is complementing to your body shape and your body structure, because we are all different. So you go to the market and you buy a dress, it's slightly loose, you can get it tightened as per your body shape. And the more body shaped dress you will wear, the more you will be able to give the clear idea to judges about your body shape. Now there is no ideal body shape. Remember, nobody is putting you in a mold of a body shape, but that gives them an idea how balanced your body is, you know. So they get a fair idea because they can't see you one on one, so they are trying to get that idea through the camera. So remember that. And as I said, especially in the midriff and all, avoid frills and all in the arms and here and there, because it will appear as if you're trying to hide something. So good if you can leave your wear a cut sleeves and show your arms bare, or your legs below your knees bare, so that they get an idea exactly how proportionate your body is. Also, as I said, that avoid these big designs and big colors, and go for a dark color. Choose color as per your skin tone, and remember to wear, in case you're wearing a two-piece dress, remember to wear that remember that it should be of the same color. You know, nowadays, because a lot of people are working from office, and this is one big mistake even I see, that suddenly they have to get up to get some glass of water or maybe some paper, and the moment they get up, you see till here they are wearing coat and all, and down there they are wearing pajamas or knickers, and it gives a very bad impression. So if you're dressing up, dress fully in the same color, same formal dress, so that in case you get up for something, you still look as presentable as you are. Okay, so, and if you're totally confused what to wear, take a middle path. Not too glittery, not too simple, find a middle path. I hope that clears. And remember, they are not judging you for your dress. They are judging you as a personality, how you carry the dress, how comfortable you are in that dress, and how it complements you. That's what they're looking for. So don't put too much of emphasis on your dress, that you have to go and buy a branded dress or a brand. No, you can simply maybe pick up a dress from a very simple store and use your own creativity and turn it into something really beautiful. I've seen my own students, they buy these dresses from very common shops, and somebody will just remove one arm and just make it shoulderless. Somebody may just remove the top and make it kind of a halter. So it's up to you how you can design the dress, but see to it that it should not look cheap. It should not look like you have, you know, given very, you know, those handmade stitches are visible and stuff. So just be careful that it looks nice, well pressed, complements you, and is of your color. And it's not necessary at this stage to buy the dress. You can always ask your friends who can help you out with their dress, gown, whatever you're wanting to wear. That is, if they give you a choice to wear whatever you want to. And if they don't give you a choice to wear, and they say this is what you have to wear according to the letter or the call they give you, then believe me, you have to follow that to the T. Rules are rules. After all, it's no other pageant but the biggest one of India, Miss India, right? Even though it's virtual, the rules are rules. Okay, so the second thing is your makeup. Very important. Once again, in case they tell you that we want specific kind of makeup, you have to have neutral makeup, you have to have the day color, blah blah, whatever they tell you. If they give you the thing that you have to wear your makeup like this, then do follow the instructions very carefully, do that. But if they give you a free hand, then once again, if you're doing your own makeup, remember that when you're on the camera, you will have to give a little more color to it, because camera drains away to lesser color and you look completely washed out. So when you're on camera, you might have to give little extra color to your face so that it stands out. I'm seeing color, I'm not seeing shine. So when you put a shiner, it really shines and it looks horrible. It looks like you've just stepped out of a bath or you've just come out of a swimming pool. Don't give that kind of a look, okay? So the shiner and all is limited. Maybe a pop on your cheeks could, you know, make your face look more brighter. Second thing is that don't overdo your makeup as if you are going for a wedding. Similarly, just like the dress, don't go overdo like a wedding, or don't be so casual as if you are going for shopping outside to the market. So find a middle way. in case they give you a choice. And as I said, if you have already done your color tone, whether you're warm or whether you're cool, you can even pick up your eyeshadow accordingly. So if it is a neutral look, maybe if you are a warm person, you go for earthy colors, and if you are a cool person, you can go maybe with a tinge of slight blue at the corner or slight green at the corner, and keeping the rest as neutral as you can, or maybe your eyeliner a little of your color, so you can enhance your entire face with the complementary colors which actually suit you. And remember, don't wear colored lenses. Colored lenses are not allowed. You can wear transparent lenses in case you have a vision problem. Also try not to wear spectacles, because then they can't see your face, and even if you're wearing spectacles, if you have to, there's no way out, then wear transparent ones. At least they can see your face, instead of wearing those huge frames where half the face is hidden behind it. So try and avoid specs in case you can, and if you can't, then keep it transparent, and avoid wearing false lashes. Be as natural as you can. Let them see who you are, so that they know that this is the raw painting and how they can paint it or mold it to the kind of a look they want to do on you. But just don't look like a Barbie doll out there with false lashes and all that stuff. Don't do that. And again, important to know the right foundation you're using. The base is very important. If it should match your real skin tone, otherwise your face will look different to your hands and stuff. And again, in case whatever color you're applying on your face should also be on your ears and also on your neck, so that everything looks symmetrical. And as told, try and go as neutral as you can. Neutral lipsticks and maybe a very see-through kind of a gloss on your face. But on the other side, as I'm repeating it again and again, if they give you specifications, dress up or make your face according to that, right? And not too much of a contouring, trying to bring out a chiseled face. No, little bit is fine, which is natural, but don't go out of the way to hide the flaws with contouring and stuff. Judges are judges. They can actually see through, right? And sometimes camera is not friendly. Sometimes if you're too close to camera, they can see all the flaws. So be very careful, and do practice your makeup so that you get that flawless look, a blended look perfectly. The third thing is your accessories. Unfortunately, a lot of us, when we say, okay, accessories are allowed, we dress ourselves up like a Christmas tree. Bling, 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 bling. Switch off the lights and we are shining. No. Don't be like that. Accessories, what is classy? One loud piece on your body is more than enough. And in an audition, there is no need to wear bangles and necklaces and noisy things. No, big rings. No. What you can do is maybe very simple hoops or very simple danglers. Again, your skin tone will come handy here, because if you are warm, the gold is going to look very pretty on your face, and if you're cold, the silvers will look nice on your face. So pick up your accessories accordingly so that your face enhances all the more. And so you can wear hoops, you can wear dangler, but avoid wearing anything on your neck, avoid wearing bangles, avoid wearing big rings. Max, you can wear a nice dainty little watch, or maybe a watch which you think is decent enough. You can do that. And as I said, yeah, so that's about it. So don't over decorate yourself, because that itself will look not very nice. And if your dress itself has something which is the design is something different, or which or is attracting attention, then best is to go without accessories, or if you want to, just add one piece, not more than that. The fourth thing is your hair. Very important. Follow instructions again. They may tell you to wear your soft curls. They normally ask you to keep your hair open with soft curls, not tight curls. So please follow that if they tell you. Remember, don't wear false extensions. Be as natural as you are. Whatever is the texture of your hair, natural one, show that. Because once you have shown the texture, there's no point changing it again and again with every look. And moreover, once they know your texture, they themselves know what kind of looks, they may have certain vision in their mind, and they would know, oh, this will look nice on her, that look nice on her. So be natural with the natural texture of your hair and follow their instructions. Normally they will ask you to have soft curls with open hair, not tight curls. But in case they give you a free hand, then start experimenting what look nice on you. Part your hair from the center and see whether it looks nice, from side whether it looks nice. Do some little curls on your, those noodle curls, and see whether they look nice on you, whether just a normal hair wash and simple curls look nice on you, whether if you put all your hair on one side looks nice on you. Experiment and see what style will look best on you, because now when you experiment and you discover what is good for you, that is going to give you brownie points, because that once you know you're looking nice, as it is, the confidence will come in you. You don't have to look for confidence outside. So then try all that, and then you may, because sometimes the organization may ask you to raise your hair, they want to see the left side of your face, the right side of your face. They may ask you to do that. And then if you want to experiment, you can try a high pony, you can try a braid. So just keep trying what looks nice on you. And if you have no option, and if they tell you no, we just want to see you in curls, natural curls, open hair, then follow their instructions. I cannot emphasize again and again that if they give you instructions, you have to follow that. I am giving you the extra, that in case you get a free hand, then what else can you do? Then also just try and avoid very weird colors on your hair, reds and blues and greens. Be natural as you can be at this stage. The next thing, number 5, is your grooming. Very, very important. So you have your dress in place, you have your accessories in place, you have your makeup in place, you have your hair in place, and now comes your grooming. And I just told you in the beginning, your face, your hands and your eyes will talk a lot. So now in grooming, the hands also matter. So have good nails, well manicured nails, either a French manicure or a very neutral colored nail polish in your hands, well groomed hands, well done nails. And if you have chipped nail polish, please get rid of it. It really can spoil your impression. If you can maintain your nails, have them. If you cannot, don't wear them. Very, very important. Then no unwanted hair on your body. So if you're wearing cut sleeves and your underarms are visible, or your arms have hair, see to it that all unwanted hair is not there on your body. No mustache, manly mustache, and if you don't remove it, and if you don't wax it, then get it bleached at least, so that it's not very visible. The eyebrows should be well done, so everything and anything to do with your looking absolutely groomed is very, very important. Okay, so I think I have covered most of the way you have to visually present yourself, because remember, when people see you for the first time, 55% they are looking at you, and if they like that picture, only then the book is opened. Isn't there a saying which says that normally people buy a book by looking at its cover, and if they don't like the cover, they don't open the books? Well, that's the same thing which happens in life. So if you are visually very presentable, no one can take their eyes off you, and they would know in their mind, that girl is the one who's going to be our next Miss India and next Miss World 2020 or 21. So I wish you all the very best. Start preparing now itself. Start looking for that dress. Start doing your color tone. Look for your makeup. Look for your hair. Keep trying your style, so that at the last moment you're not stuck with anything. So once you are well prepared for the last day, again your equipment is in place, your dress is in place. Practice, practice, practice. Look at yourself. Do a lot of video shoots on your camera and see how you're looking. Are you looking presentable? Is this color looking nice on you? Is this looking nice on, is this look looking nice on you? Is this makeup looking nice on you? Experiment with couple of looks till you come to the best one. which complements you, right? So this was my second part. The first one was how to prepare your virtual stage to give the audition. The second is how to prepare your visual presentation. How do you present yourself as a personality? And in the next session, I will be talking to you about body language. That is, how do you impress them without talking? How do you use your body to really impress them? So that will be my third video in the series. I hope you're enjoying them, learning them, and if you like them and you think that it might help someone else, do share. And if you still haven't subscribed, go ahead, subscribe. And I've already promised you, and I promise you again, you are not going to be disappointed. So see you again in the third series, or the third part of preparing for that oncoming audition interview and how to crack it.